This is what I look for in a candidate. I look for someone who I would consider wise, someone who understands the principles of good government. And for me, that means someone who understands the founding principles of the United States.
I believe that he's the right man to represent Utah, and I believe that if Congress were filled with men like Jason Chaffetz, this country would be going in the right direction.
What I can promise you, though, is I'm rooted in principle, I'm driven and guided by the Constitution, and that I am tenacious and passionate about serving this country.
We can do better. We can do so much better. And return to those core conservative principles of fiscal discipline, limited government accountability, and a strong national defense. And get this country moving in the right direction again. And go to Washington to get something done. Not just be there, but to actually get something done. We have to, number one on my list is fiscal discipline. If we don't get the financial side of this equation right for our country, we can't do anything else. And I will pound on that lectern and fight for the idea that we have to return to fiscal discipline and the proper role of government.
Mr. Cannon voted for the single largest budget in the history of the United States, the single largest deficit in the history of the United States, and fiscal discipline matters to people.
This country, this campaign, is about empowering people. We are overregulated and overtaxed.
Yeah. Reagan21.org. I want everybody to go look at this. It's a great conservative group of congressmen and senators who have binded together to really move the Reagan agenda forward for the 21st century. So Reagan21.org, this is the part of the group that I want to be involved with, and that, quite frankly, Mr. Cannon could never be involved with.
Many of you heard me say that I'm going to talk about George Will, the political pundit who I love so much. He said, remember this, nobody ever washes a rental car. And I had to think about that. You know, once it kind of settles on you, you smile about it, you think, that's right. You washed your own car? Are you kidding me? Well, oh, you had to. The point being is, unless you're forced to, you just don't treat the rental car the way you would your own car. When you have personal control and personal ownership, you treat something a whole lot different than you do if it's just, oh, it's just a rental car. Don't worry. We're going to have to turn more to personal control and accountability than merely, you know, the Obama plan of, hey, let's just give everybody. That's a socialist type of mentality. You can't run Amtrak. What makes us think we can run healthcare? You know? It needs to be a market-based system. We have to make sure we have the very best military, bar none. It can't be second best, it can't be tied, it can't be anything. We always have to be the dominant player.
I'm so proud of the troops and those in the intelligence community. There's no accident that we've not had a major terrorist attack in this country since 9/11. But we need to take care of the troops that are taking care of us. This has not happened, and Mr. Cannon's been very negligent in this area. We have to take care of the troops that have been taking care of us. It's our duty, and it's the role of your congressman to make that happen, and I want to do that. I was so thrilled when the Fraternal Order of Police, the statewide organization of law enforcement, unanimously endorsed my candidacy. And that's amazing. You think about it, going up against a 6-term incumbent Republican, and the Fraternal Order of Police unanimously endorsed my candidacy. Wow. That's because I've been out on the streets, I've worked with them, everybody from the U.S. Marshals to the Metro Gang Task Force. I've been out there, I see what they deal with, and I think they know I'm serious about addressing these issues and getting them the resources that they need to do their job.
It's time for the party to rediscover what it's all about. It's time to stop losing races that we should be winning because we lost our bearings. We need to get our bearings back, and that's why I'm supporting Jason.
Hit the issues. It was all about the issues.
I first heard Jason's name when I got elected as a state delegate in my precinct. And my precinct chair said, hey, you got to go to his website. You're going to be so impressed. He's so clear on the policies, and so you're just going to be so impressed how thorough he is. And I went, and it was true. On every issue, not only did he have like sort of a principle statement, but he backed that up with, you know, these are the 3 policies that I would support that go with that principle. So he really, you could just tell he'd done his homework, and he knew, and he was prepared on issue after issue after issue to really be concrete. I appreciate that not only because I just think it's impressive, but also because then, if you elect someone who's done that, you know what you're holding them accountable for. You know that these are the things that they said they were going to go and try to fight for, and you can look at their votes and see if that actually matches that.
And I have enough of these meetings all the time that I understand what people are hearing and what they're saying and how they're feeling. And that's very important. Very important to me.
Well, I've known Jason for over 16 years, and I think he's just an honest person.
He's a principled conservative.
His vision of where America is going now and where it needs to be going.
He's got the smarts and he's got the determination to take us a long way.
We can do better. We can do so much better. And return to those core conservative principles of fiscal discipline, limited government accountability, and a strong national defense. And get this country moving in the right direction again.